So, yes, as Jens said, my name is Alexandra. I'm working here in the kindergarten of the German School of Athens, and where we've been implementing also this Erasmus project over the past few months. And yes, so let's see. Are the people back? Shall I start sharing my screen? I just will. So, 1 second. So here we go. In case you have any difficulties, issues, or questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You can always pop them also in the chat. My colleagues will, keep a lookout and try to help. So welcome to the second part of today's workshop. We are continuing with our topic, techniques for integrating digital elements into storytelling. And here you will see a quick overview. What can you expect within the next hour? We will start with a brief introduction to multimodal storytelling, which is really important also for digital storytelling, to include also some everyday educational tools. If you are educators, early years educators, or kindergarten teachers, most likely you will have heard them. But just a quick recap and how to implement them into digital storytelling as well. Then we will have a quick breakout room discussion. We are interested to hear from everybody. What digital tools do you already use? Are you using them for storytelling? If not, what is hindering you? And then the main part of our workshop today, we will explore 4 tools with you. Each participant has the chance to choose 2 of these tools. We will break up in 2 breakout rooms at the same time to explore our preferences. And then at the end, we have some time for conclusions, last questions, etc. So I will give the floor to my colleague Gabi.
Gabi, we cannot hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I just look for the loudspeaker, but not for the mute. Okay, so hello, I'm Gabi Wensky. I'm the head of kindergarten and pre-primary here in the German School of Athens. And together with Alexandra, we will guide you through this hour, and we will give you some ideas, hopefully some ideas about storytelling and how to incorporate this with digital tools also. You might know you're educators, you will have a lot of experience with tools, with storytelling, but the usual storytelling, so the traditional storytelling, is mainly required to the usage of hearing and to see different senses. But what we want is the multimodal storytelling, which includes all the experiences, all the senses, and this might help so that the children will be more experienced and express stories in diverse ways.
Next foil?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. So, as you heard, probably you know Kamishibai as a multi-story. It's a traditional form from Japanese storytelling, combines visual and narration to create engaging experience. So for the children, it's more like a theater. They are more engaged to see all this scenery. And it comes in the wooden box with sliding panels. So normally you can see also, meanwhile, you can buy a lot of books as in a Kamishibai version. You can also create together with the children your own Kamishibai. So it's an effective teaching tools in early childhood education. It helps develop listening skills, creativity, and imagination. It can also introduce cultural stories and moral lessons with young audiences. So if you use this, or if you like to have this scenery, you can also combine it with some sound to make it more interesting. And also you can use it for stop motion, which we will show you later in one of the breakout rooms. Yes, next slide. And this is also the shadow theater. It also can come up. So this is one very nice tool. You can really create a lot of stories on your own together with the children and build it together. You can use, you can, of course, you can buy it, but you can also use some paper boxes, different kind of paper boxes to create your own shadow theater with the children. Yes. And all kinds of puppets, all kinds really of puppets can help children to come up with their own stories. Because sometimes you have those children, they might not talk to you, but they may talk to a puppet. For example, if you have a puppet in a corner, that's in one of our kindergarten where I worked to, they had a puppet. It was just sitting in the corner. And every morning, one child went there and told her story, her experience. She didn't talk to any adult, but to the puppet she told. So the teacher just had to sit there and hear what she comes up with the stories. And if you have, for example, a microphone, or so you can also, record this story. This is, I think, very, very nice and very helpful. So all kinds of puppets. I really have this experience that the children really, really like it to come up. Yes. And you can build your own puppets as well, of course. Yes. And then we come up with this story stones, which I really like, because if you have this story dices, so you can story dices or story stones. So the story stones, as here, you can create on your own. Story dices you can buy somewhere in the shop, or you can also create on your own, so that this give the children an idea about just maybe one sentence. So if children, if they do not talk so much, in our case, for example, we have children, they just start learning German. So they're not very experienced probably with the language, but they can come up with an idea and they can probably say just one sentence. So you can step by step create the story. You just come up with the starting sentence, once upon a time, and then whatever happens, and then the children can choose maybe out of a small sack or something like this. So they have this, or you can hide them beneath in a small box, so that they just choose one and they don't even know what's on it. So they become creative and they just come up with a sentence. And this will be great stories at the end if you write them down or if you record them. So you will have a lot of stories at the end of the day. Yes. Okay. And I think when it comes to the importance of the digital tools, because all these tools, of course, as I said, you can use them. They are traditional, you can use them, but also you can incorporate them with digital tools, because I think in this, in the world as we are at the moment, digital tools, they play a very, very strong Yeah, they have a strong mind, also up to the children. I think all the children, they see their parents with the iPhone. So it plays an important role in the early child education. So media education and responsibility is from the early age. I think it's our responsibility to see that the children will come up with some creative work and will learn how to use those tools creatively, and also will be more critical, so that they see, okay, there is a photo, but if this photo is real now, because if I made it on my own, they will be more critical with this. But they will also become more creative in all these tools if you have those and they are not so, they will not only use it as a consume, they not only will consume it like all this other games and whatever they will have on a daily basis. Yes. Okay.
So then it is my turn to take over. Thank you, Gabi. As Gabi said, it is one of our responsibility as kindergarten teachers to include media education in our everyday setting. Some of you might think, yeah, why today at home there is media all around. There is digital tools, the smartphones, the tablets, videos, movies. It's everywhere. But it is really important, as Gabi said, to foster critical thinking, to show the kids new techniques and new ways to use all of these tools in a productive and conscious way. Because if you think about it, many of us we were so lucky that we have been born in an age where there was no internet around, where there were no smartphones, no tablet around. We could have a childhood that was free, all of that, where we could just play with the actual surroundings and with the things and the toys that we had. Now, the children that we are teaching in the kindergarten have never lived in a world like this. So it's really standard. They are confronted with these tools on an everyday basis. So it's quite important in the kindergarten that we take this seriously, that our teaching methods are up to date, and that we show the kids more ways, more conscious ways, how to use these tools. What does this mean for multimodal elements in storytelling? As we heard, a really big component is the audio sense. And with multimodal storytelling, especially with digital tools, we can incorporate a lot of audios, soundscapes, different sounds from the forest, songs that can set the scene, something sad, something more happy, classical music. If you're thinking about Antonio Vivaldi's Four Seasons, all of these music and soundscapes can really enhance storytelling and put the children's imagination where we want them to be, to enter the story with all their senses. There goes also audio recordings that are coming from the children. When the children are telling stories, when they are saying some words. In my group at the moment, the children really, I introduced a puppet to them, and they really want to make a song about this puppet. So this also can enhance stories, you know. There can be a story written about this puppet, and then can be the song for this puppet recorded with the children. Visuals, of course, images are a really strong tool, also used in picture books. These images don't have to be just analog these days. We are lucky that we have the tablets, that we have smart boards, that we have projectors, that we can really have strong images to give life to the stories and the sceneries around, as well as videos. As Anna said in the first workshop, YouTube is a super simple tool. Everybody is using it. You quickly can search for stories, information, settings, and connect your story to these videos. For example, before I was working here in the kindergarten, I'm also a theatre practitioner, and I've been creating theatres with children and for children. And one theatre piece, an adaptation of Leo Leone's A Colour of Your Own, maybe some of you know it. The kids entered the stage. There was a big jungle projection in the background with jungle sounds. And immediately all the children, all the parents, everybody was in this jungle setting. Just with reading and showing one small picture, I think it's not possible. If you have it on a bigger scale, it really puts everybody in this scenery straight away. The same goes, for the audios. And then interactive tools, of course. We've seen some interactive tools before, the Story Jumper, my storybook. If you had time now in the break, maybe you had a look at Puppet Pulse or Toontastic. There are many apps, there are many tools that you can use to create stories with children that are very interactive. It's important, though, that these tools, in my opinion, that you always use them collaboratively so that the kids really learn, okay, we have one digital tool, we are working together, and we have to talk about our choices. It's about participation, teamwork, critical thinking to engage all the young learners in these activities. So now I would ask Jens to put us into breakout rooms. I think 2 breakout rooms should be fine. And we will have some minutes to discuss these questions. What digital tools do you already use with children? We really would like to hear your experiences. If you do use these tools for storytelling activities, and if so, yes, what are they? And what are potential obstacles or difficulties that you are facing whilst using digital tools with young children? What prevents you if you're not using any of them? So I will stop sharing my screen. Welcome back, everybody. Of course, the time was not enough in our breakout rooms again, but it's fine. I will share with you my screen one last time to come to the final part of our workshop today. So, is everybody back? Before we give you the last bits and pieces of information, are there any questions, any feedback, anything you want Mike to ask or share? Please feel free, now is the time. Oops, here. No? Okay. So then I would ask you, as we have come to the end of our workshop for today, and actually also the end of our workshop series, it's been 3 double workshops so far, and this is the very end of this little journey together. For more information, can everybody hear me? I feel I'm by myself.
No, we can hear you loud and clear.
Great. I'm sorry. So if you want more information, if you want to have a look in the browse through our homepage, here is the link. These PowerPoint presentation also will be uploaded to our Padlet. The link for this one you had in the chat before will come to the next page as well. If you are even more eager to learn more about this topic, sustainability, creative storytelling in kindergarten with early years, please sign up to our Moodle course. You find the link here. There are some 3 modules with in total of 6 lessons where you can really get an in-depth understanding of everything that we talked about in the past workshops. And yeah, our Padlet, feel free to add, Anna said before, feel free to add your own stories that you've created. Feel free to add your experiences as well. I would be quite interested to hear from you. If you got inspired and go to your classroom tomorrow and use the digital whiteboard or the Animal 4D or Bbots or whatever, how it went, what your stories are. And then very important, we of course would welcome some feedback. So please hear the links to our Google Forms, Google Docs to get some feedback for today's workshop. Jens, is there anything you might want to add?
I just want to thank you all for joining us, for participating in all these workshops, the breakout rooms. And of course, a special thanks goes to Alexandra and Gabriele today, and Matilda and Anna and Isabel for doing the workshops today. I want to thank the whole project team also for the workshops before, Alexandra and Jennifer and Mikey and Hannah and Sana, as well as Angela and Joanna, and of course Sonia, and whom did I miss? And Dina, that have so actively participated in preparing all these workshops. You will find them all online soon, so you can rewatch some aspects that you want. Thank you all. It's been very nice. It's been very interesting. We have learned a lot. We are not professional webinar hostess, and it has been a real pleasure. And if you would like maybe to learn about the other tools that Gabi and Alex have presented that you couldn't watch this morning, there's always also the session in the evening that you can join again. There you have a last chance again to follow some of the aspects. With that, I would say just right on time, exactly in the hour mark. I think we are coming to an end. Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Let's keep in contact. You can reach us over the website, over the social media, over our emails. You will find all this information on our website. So get in contact. Let's collaborate. Let's maybe exchange some stories. And yes, there is a certificate and proof that you have joined. If you answer the feedback questionnaire in the Google form, you will get also a link where you can then register for a certificate if you need one. So please give us the evaluation feedback questionnaire, and then you will get the certificate. That's kind of like the bargain we have think. If you need anything else, if you need a more specific certificate, please just contact us and we will do it. We will also share around an email with this information, I guess today or tomorrow. So thank you. Till the next time.